Today's video is an average workday for a Wilbert Vault Company burial vault installer. We arrive at the cemetery a few hours before the funeral is expected to arrive. We start by building our platform and placing the burial vault above the grave. I run a Hilljoy, which is a battery-powered cart that drives the vault off the top of the truck and onto the platform. If we can't get close to the platform with the truck, then I simply drive it up ramps and onto the platform. Once it's removed, it sits on 2 blocks until we can swing the burial vault. This Hilljoy really comes in handy when it's really muddy outside because it only takes 1 line of plywood to lead the Hilljoy from the vault to the grave without getting stuck in the mud or creating ruts. We use artificial grass to cover up the majority of our equipment. This is called the Wilbert way. It's a way that we display the vault above the grave suspended by cables. We reel the cables 8 times on each end of the vault and raise the vault off the blocks so that it can be set back down and we can adjust the feet to where the lid carriers and the lid rails will line up correctly. Suspending the vault the Wilbert way allows the family to view the base and the lid and also watch the vault be sealed above ground to ensure a proper seal, rather than the base of the vault being already at the bottom of the grave and the lid off to the side, as some other vault companies do it. This is my opportunity to swing the vault. This simply means that I can move the vault across the platform from end to end or side to side to ensure that it sits directly over the grave. Once our carriers are attached to the lid and our rails are attached to the feet, we can lower the burial vault base until the carriers meet the rails. And once I check that all 4 wheels are aligned directly over the rails, the base can be separated from the lid, and the weight of the base will keep the lid suspended on the rails over the dirt pile. We'll now take a moment to clean up the liner. There's a little bit of concrete residue left from the manufacturing process. Once that's all cleaned up, we can add our lowering device. This frigid lowering device allows the family members to walk up with the casket to that first large roller, simply place the casket on that roller, and I assist the family in guiding the casket across the lowering device without the family having to straddle the vault. We can now set up our 15 by 20 foot tent, and on a beautiful day like today, we leave the vault outside of the tent so the sun can be shining off that beautiful gold color, and the equipment that I spend a lot of time cleaning and shining can shine out into sunlight. We'll put up 1 wall to block that light breeze there is today on this sunny and beautiful 65-degree day. There's never a good day for a funeral, but when the weather's like this, it makes being out at the cemetery a little bit more tolerable for the family. We attach all 6 tent top pieces with pins. We then go around and make sure all the straps are done, all the hooks are hooked onto the poles, and all the buttons that connect the tent top to the tent wall are secure. We then add stakes at the bottom of the walls to make sure no wind gets through the bottom and no wind comes in between the walls and the tent top. Now, since the headstone had a little dirt on it and it just hadn't been cleaned for a while, we're going to give that a quick soap and water bath. Rinse that off and make sure the family comes out and sees their headstone shining and doesn't have to worry about coming back out to give it a cleaning once this service is over. We then set out 12 chairs, complimentary tissues, and 2 lap blankets for anyone in the family that's cold and could use a blanket. On a day like today, I doubt those will be used. Every vault that we provide comes with a nameplate, emblem, and trademark. The trademark and the nameplate go at the foot end, and the emblem goes at the head end. And for each funeral home that we provide services for, we order a banner with their funeral home name. Say hi to the passing train, and clean up our equipment, and we're just about finished up with this Wilbert Monticello setup. Once the headstone is completely dried, I go over it one more time with a clean microfiber cloth to make sure any of those pieces of grass or anything that was stuck on the stone can be wiped right off. And this Wilbert Monticello setup is complete and ready to go for when the procession arrives. I know everyone has their opinions about funerals in the burial process, burial vaults versus cremation versus green burial. And I just want to say I'm not a burial vault absolutist, but this is a job that I take great pride in, and I enjoy providing these services for families. I respect anyone's wishes for what happens when they pass, but I hope whatever happens, that you are taken care of and that your family is taken care of. And God bless.